20 miles out of town by now, Sheriff.
Seems like 20 because you're a stranger. 15's more like it. This your first trip down this way, Marshal?
Why, yes. Most of my work's been down along Rio Grande way.
Pretty long ride just to arrest one smuggler.
When Uncle Sam wants a lawbreaker, he just doesn't whistle for him. He tracks him down. And he certainly wants Spence Jackson.
What made you think you'd find Jackson in my neck of the woods?
A tip. Perhaps a hunch. I never asked. I just get my orders and away I go.
Well, I'm just a country sheriff, but you don't have to spare my feelings.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Election's coming on. You probably heard some bad things about me. How I rule this county with an iron hand. Refuse to cooperate with federal officers. And worst of all, that I harbor criminals.
Sheriff, I'm here on government business. Local affairs don't concern me.
Oh, then you have heard about me.
I judge people for myself. You're helping me on this Jackson case. That's cooperation in my language. I appreciate it.
No more than I should.
Are we getting anywhere near Jackson's hideout?
Won't be long now.
Can't be too soon for me. Confidentially, this is my last official assignment.
How's that?
I'm resigning to get married and go into the cattle business with Steve Carlton, an old friend of mine.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Sheriff, our files weren't very complete. What does this Jackson fellow look like?
Well, let's see. Well, he's about Brant's age and build. Very dark. Wears a light hat with a chin strap. Blue bandana. And he has a deep scar on his left cheek.
I'm Fence Jackson.
Your own deputy. It's no wonder decent people call this county the pest hole of the state.
Hard words, Marshal, after all the nice things you said about me. Take his guns and lead him down towards Chimney Hole. One more federal who won't go back and talk.
What'll we do with him?
What we always do. When he's found, it'll be the Chimney Hole gang that did it. Get rid of his horse. There, Doc.
The body of Marshal Dave Upjohn, shot through the back.
A U.S. Marshal? Who did it?
Well, that shouldn't be hard to determine, considering all the crooks that are running loose around here.
Where'd you find him?
Over near Chimney Hole Pass.
Those outlaws did it. I'll organize a posse. I'll hang every last mother's son of them.
Now, get off of the soapbox, Ronald. This isn't election day. Besides, the Chimney Hole gang can't be blamed for all the crime that goes on around here.
I'll be the judge of that. You stick to your medicine. Brant, search the body.
You won't find anything on him. I've got his wallet and papers.
Hand him over.
Nothing doing.
I'm the sheriff of this county.
And I'm the coroner. And I'll surrender the marshal's personal effects to the proper authorities. Joe, drive a wagon around back of my office, will you? I've got to send a telegram.
He never acted that way before. What's come over the old fool?
Maybe he's fed up with you and your graft. Same as all the other decent folks in this county.
You ain't gonna let him get away with that, are you?
Never mind. We'll slap an extra tax on his cattle. Come on. Let's take a ride and see if we can find the man that killed a poor marshal.
I'm Steve Carlton, Dave Upjohn's partner.
Well, glad to see you.
Thanks for your telegram.
Bad news, son. But I noticed you didn't lose any time getting here.
Well, you see, Dave and I grew up together. Except for the girl he was to marry, I was the nearest thing he had to a family. He knew my business inside and out, and I knew his. And I knew why he came up here, Doc.
Well, we'll have a talk later. Right now, I'm due over at the courthouse. Federal Judge Millard is in town trying to try a case against one of Sheriff Arnold's hoodlums.
Trying to try a case?
Yes. And this town is as crooked as a corkscrew, and the poor judge is wasting his time. Come along, see for yourself. Oh, I'll have Joe take care of your horse.
Thanks.
Speak up, man. You're wasting Uncle Sam's money and my time. Is Fletch Cady, or is he not, the man who robbed your stage of money and mail at Apache Creek?
Well, you see, Your Honor, it was nearly dark.
He won't talk. He's just stringing along to make it look good for the taxpayers.
Oh, it wasn't dark. We proved it was broad daylight. Now, for the last time, answer the question. Is Cady the man who robbed your mail?
I ain't sure it was him. I ain't sure at all.
So you ain't sure, eh? No, this isn't a federal court of law. Why, it's a farce, a three-ring circus. I might as well give up and be on my way. 3 passengers, a driver, and a guard, and nobody's sure.
I'm sure. Pardon me, Your Honor.
What's that, young man?
Fact is, I'm sure of 2 things. First, this isn't Fletch Cady. He's Black Jack Riley. And second, he's wanted in Texas for robbing the Eagle Pass stage March 10th, just about a year ago.
Order! Order in the court. Black Jack Riley, eh?
Right.
Well, that's fine. Well, if Uncle Sam can't nail him here, you might better look in Texas.
Not so fast. I demand to know who this stranger is.
Steve Carlton.
Correction there. It's Deputy United States Marshal Carlton. Isn't that right, young man?
You ought to know, sir.
His testimony don't mean a thing here. He's not even under oath.
Maybe this gentleman would feel better, Your Honor, if you swore me in.
All right. Raise your right hand. You, Steve Carlton, solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States and defend it against all enemies, foreign and domestic, to bear faith and allegiance to same, to take this obligation freely, and to faithfully discharge the duties of the office you now enter, so help you God?
I do.
Sign your name, Marshal.
Wait a minute. You haven't the authority to appoint a United States Marshal.
You're wrong, Sheriff. When Judge Millard left the Capitol, the Chief Marshal gave him an empowering order to appoint. Now, I know because I suggested it.
And you're fined $50 for contempt of court. Marshal Carlton, the prisoner's yours.
He ain't taking me back.
Give him plenty of room.
Give me your handcuffs, Sheriff.
You heard him.
And the keys.
This is the most high-handed outrage I ever heard of.
That'll cost you $10 more. Cash on the line. Well, court's adjourned. This time I don't mean maybe.
Hey, you ain't letting a little thing like a new marshal worry you, are you?
That's what I'm wondering. What's he doing here? What's he want?
Come on.
Oh, Hank. Take this fella down and keep an eye on him. Well, now I guess we can stop for formal introductions, eh? Judge Millard, meet Steve Carlton.
Well,
Howdy.
well, there. That makes it official.
Thanks, Judge. But tell me something. Weren't you taking a chance tossing that job to a stranger?
Well, not at all. I knew you were my man the minute you spoke your piece.
Just pure luck I happen to remember Riley was wanted elsewhere.
It was more than luck. It was providence.
Yes, and it's going to take something like that to kick that two-bit sheriff out of power.
I begin to understand what you men are up against, and I'll do everything I can to help. But don't forget, Doc, I'm up here primarily on a manhunt, looking for a killer.
Will you come over to my office? We'll have that talk.
Good.
There's Joe Elliott and his wife leaving town.
Yeah, I guess you don't like the climate.
I'll take care of this. Where do you think you're going with that stuff?
Get out of my way.
You ain't paid your road tax yet.
What's more, I ain't paying it.
Well, we can't expect much help from that sheriff's gang.
Naturally.
Now, I'm warning you, get out of my way.
I said get out of that way.
Try and break me.
Hey, what's that?
Joe, they'll kill you.
File out.
I won't do it.
You can go anywhere you please, but you're not taking any of that stuff out of this county.
Look out!
As coroner, I pronounce him a dead pigeon.
You're under arrest.
Justifiable homicide.
Self-defense, and I'm here to back it up.
Besides, Ransom was not an elected officer. He was just another one of your gun-slinging toughs.
Much obliged to you, mister. Whoever you are. Why, he's Deputy U.S. Marshal Carlton.
What's this all about?
County business. You keep out of it.
Go on.
Me and men has been working hard, and we've been living honest. But it ain't no use. We've been taxed out of our home, and our land, and our cattle. Still, this sheriff's bunch ain't satisfied. They want to take away the last little bit of furniture and livestock we got left, just because we're leaving town.
County property in lieu of taxes.
Shut up, Arnold. Let this man talk.
They don't tax that bunch at Chimney Hole. They won't pay their graft.
Chimney Hole?
Yes, it's a sort of canyon fortress in the mountains south of here. A gang of rustlers is supposed to live in there, but nobody, and least of all our brave sheriff, dare go in to find out. Oh, by the way, I found your friend's body near the entrance to Chimney Hole.
If you're so set on poking around, why don't you start with Chimney Hole? It's all yours.
Maybe I will. But first, we'll see that these people get safe passage out of the county. I have a federal prisoner to take over to Fort Blanche, so...
Say, that's right on my way. I'll herd Riley over to the fort and then ride along with these folks, too.
Thanks, Judge. That'll give me a chance to get settled here and keep my eye on several things.
Well, I'll meet you over at the stable. You bet, Judge. And thanks again, Marshal, for everything. Well, I guess I can be going now, Jed. Seems how things are in good hands, eh? Well, here's luck to you.
Yeah, see you next trip, Sam.
All right.
Mind if we go over Dave's personal effects now, Doctor?
No, don't mind at all.
Now, look here, Carlton. You think you've gotten off to a pretty good start. But if you're going to stick around here, here's something you better get through your head. I organized this county, and I've been a sheriff for 15 years.
Well, don't let that throw you, Sheriff. The monotony can't last forever.
You sure led with your chin that time.
So he wants to see Chimney Hole, does he?
I know you were anxious to get started, but this is a risky business. Well, we should wait a while.
Well, the sooner I get this out of my system, the better, Doc.
Okay, Marshal. How do we keep in touch with each other?
Mental telepathy. Adios.
So long.
Cover the ridge and head him off.
on, Marshal. Green, hand me your badge.
What for?
The marshal here wants to play sheriff, and we're going to help him.
Oh.
What's your game?
Your game. See that narrow gorge up ahead? That's Chimney Hole Pass. You're going through there, and you're not coming back.
What makes you so sure?
Chimney Hole gang.
So you're gonna have them do your dirty work, huh?
Right. They'll mistake you for a sheriff and blow you to kingdom come.
Remarkable strategy. Remind me to compliment your boss.
He ain't interested in dead man's talk. You better keep on going and don't turn back.
With them.
Say, they start them young up here, don't they?
Reach. I told you to reach for it, or ain't you got ears? Now swing down off that horse.
Well, I sure would like to oblige you, ma'am, but my feet are tied.
Untie him, Buckshot.
Thanks, Buckshot. They were beginning to take a nap.
Keep him up and pile off. What are you doing up here?
Nice weather we're having.
What do you want?
Tell me, are all the guards up here as pretty as you?
Where, oh, where is my blue eyes? Where, oh, where can she be? Gone are dreams that we started. Gone is the very heart of me. Somewhere out there is my sunshine. Somewhere and so all alone. You could be my new blue eyes. Your love will be all my own. After the rain, there's the rainbow. Clouds in the sky fade from view. When you gaze into blue eyes, they seem to say, I love you.
Laurie, what do you got there?
I got me a ferner.
Yeah, he's a two-legger, too.
He's liable to be one-legged if he don't start talking.
All right, here goes. Which comes first, the egg or the chicken?
I know.
Buckshot, take his horse to pasture. Harmony, search him and take his hardware.
When I get through with him, he'll look like a picked chicken.
You make people right at home up here, don't you?
Once you get a taste of our hospitality, you can't get away from it. Now, take it easy now.
Don't shoot. I'm in the middle. Well, he's as nervous as a girl. He won't stand still. Hey, where's
Here
my...
it is. Which hand's it in?
The egg comes before the chicken. Come on, give me mine. Where's my gun?
Sure.
Ow, that's my feet.
There's your gun.
Midge, the wagon.
Here. Easy. Oh. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh. Nothing to cry about. You're safe.
Is she all right?
Fine, sure. Scared more than anything.
Don't cry, honey. Here, let me wipe your face.
There, isn't that better?
Here's your ma. Midge, what's happened? She's all right, Emmy. Old Satan bucked off with her, but the man got her back.
Can she walk?
Sure, she's all right. Put her down.
There you are.
Fern! What Lucky had to say about that? Never you mind. You see to Midge.
How long's that child been crippled?
She was born that way. Never growed out of it.
Couldn't the doctors do anything for her?
We ain't got no doctors except the granny women.
Granny women? You mean that poor kid's been crippled ever since birth and nothing was ever done for her?
Now listen, Mr.
The name is Steve.
What you done for Midge says you're free to leave Chimney Hole without no lead between your eyes. But it don't give you no call to ask questions. Now you better get out of here before the men folks get back.
Say, if I ride out through that notch again, I'll really get my head blown off. Sheriff Arnold's gang are looking for me.
Then what are you doing with that?
They stuck it on me, tied me to my horse, and ran me up here, thinking you folks would finish me off.
You still ain't said what they was after you for.
Well, why does the law usually chase men?
How'd I know that ain't no trick?
I've got an empty gun belt. Empty gun. Have a look.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have shot at you if I'd knowed you wasn't healed.
Even if I was, I couldn't take shots at a lady.
Gosh, mister, that was some riding.
Yeah, am I glad. Her ma would have skinned me alive if anything had happened to her.
Why, are you her father?
Yeah, we were... No. Her pa died of lung fever last fall.
That's too bad. I was just telling this young lady what you people need up here is a good doctor.
Are you a doctor, man?
Hold your tongue, Buckshot.
The boys are home.
We'll settle up later, boys.
Please, Mr.
Steve.
You'd better go now. Harmony will show you how to get out safe.
Oh, leave him stay, Laurie. We ain't had no strangers in here for a coon's age.
Howdy, Lucky.
Howdy yourself.
Bring me anything from Mexico?
What do you think? Here, catch.
Thanks.
I'm afraid it's too late now. Hello, honey. How's my girl, huh?
Fine.
She sure loves him a heap. I can fix it so you can stay.
You?
Lucky.
Did you miss me?
Of course I did, but you're breaking my ribs.
I'll really break your ribs if you don't tell me.
Lucky, behave yourself.
What's the matter, honey? Didn't you miss me?
Well, yes, of course, but, well... Lucky. He's all right. He's on the dodge from the law.
Yeah, and he saved Midge when old Satan went and bucked off with her.
He's just leaving. We can get him out through the back cove.
No, let him stay a spell. He's on the dodge from the law like he claims. Maybe a little grub and sleep would do him some good. Mr.
Steve.
What's the rest of it?
You name it. Then you'll be sure to remember it.
Come on, Laurie. Harmony, take care of my horse.
Whoa! Whoa! Doggone you, gonna start that again? Whoa! Cut it out now, stop.
Let me try it. Come here, boy. Well, what's the matter, huh?
He acts like he knows you.
Maybe I remind him of somebody else.
Yeah?
He's jealous.
Well, I'll take him. You bring the Palomino.
Where to?
To my diggings. We're gonna eat come sundown.
All right. Come on, boy.
You never let no foreigner stay before.
He's being watched.
What are you up to, Lucky Shelton?
I can answer that when I find out what he's up to.
I told you he's on the dodge.
Forget the stranger, honey. See what I brought you?
Lucky. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, it's just what I wanted. You didn't forget.
For me?
That's your marrying dress.
And who says I'm getting married?
Well, you ain't said no.
And I ain't said yes.
Know what you will. We've been promised each other since we were kids. Oh, come on, name the day.
I got Sis to look after.
She'll always be with us.
How do you know? You ain't no fortune teller.
Oh, come on, honey, and set the day so I can go get that preacher man.
There you go, rushing a girl.
Maybe I ought to hog tie you and drag you off by the hair of your head.
Now, look, no more sparking with the cook. I gotta get supper around here. Go on, out with you. Go on.
All right. But don't start crying if I find a girl that don't talk back.
Now, I was born on a wagon train as we left St. Joe. And why they gave me an Indian name, I will never know. Cherokee Joe was a fighting name. With a 6-gun in each hand, I shot my way to fame. When my ma took a look at me, she just cast a sigh. And she said, Pa, there's a dangerous gleam in that youngin's eye. Cherokee Joe roamed the trails out west, shooting horseflies on the wing off buttons from your vest. Cherokee Joe wanted by the law, but all these notches on my gun spell lightning on the draw.
Nice singing, partner. Just like a professional.
Well, I was a professional till I met Lucky.
Yeah? What happened?
Well, you see, I was playing in a minstrel show not far from here, and one night after the show, we had a little crap game, you know, with those galloping cubes, and it came my turn, and I put the quarter on the floor, I picked up the dice and shook them, and pound, 12 was my point. And
well,
yeah,
you lose on 12.
Well, of course, if you want to play the old rules. But I was shooting, and it looked like I was going to win, and it wound up in a fight. And being a little guy, I was on the bottom, and Lucky came along and kind of got me out of it, and he brought me up here and, you know, kind of patched me up, and I never did get around to leaving, that's all.
So you like being a chimney hole rustler, huh?
Oh, sure. So, who said we was rustlers?
Aren't you?
Of course not. We got a nice little place up here in the mountains, a lot of cool air and spring water and all. We got chickens and ducks and hogs and lots of cattle around. These people are nice people. Nice mountain people. They're decent people, too. They'd give you the shirt off of their back if they got another one.
Well, then why'd they shut themselves off up here?
Well, you see, this is a little all pocketed up here in the you see that notch down at that end is so narrow, and the cattle are. Well, maybe you better talk to Lucky. I guess I talked too much already.
Where's this go?
It goes in here. In this thing. This goes inside. Man.
Handy razor kit.
Yeah.
Where'd you get it?
Well, it belongs to Lucky. Lucky wasn't using it one day, so I borrowed it. And...
What are you doing with my razor, Harmony?
Huh? Oh, this. Oh, hey, you hear that? That means come and get it. And as long as I have lived, I've never been late for supper, and it ain't gonna happen this time. Come on, fellas.
Shut the door, Buckshot. I don't want him to see me just yet.
What in tarnation are you doing now?
No back talk, young lady. Now get them biscuits on the table.
Well, well, I hope the day never comes when I have to wear a contraption like that.
I'll go.
Supper ready? Oh, Linda Goshen, is that you, Laurie?
Yeah, it's her, and she's been primping for an hour.
Buckshot.
Well,
You sure look pretty. If you don't mind my saying so, Miss Laurie, you should always wear skirts.
Well, are we going to eat or ain't we?
Of course. Sit right down.
we thank thee, Lord, for the food we are about to receive. And please, Lord, if that sheriff comes snooping around here, steady up my shooting hand so I can blow him clear to kingdom come. Amen.
Then what happened? Well, the old man got sick and tired of being robbed by the sheriff's gang.
Your father?
Yeah, King Shelton. Him and our dad were partners. They came up here together.
And a lot of other folks are driven up here later on.
What do you know about Sheriff Arnold?
I never met him and don't need to. I know what his brand of law and order did for my father.
Oh, that was his method of law and order. It's not like that all over. Ever been outside?
Well, only to sell our livestock. Say, you talk mighty queer for a fellow who's supposed to be on the dodge from the law.
Sure, I'm on the dodge. Have been, ever since I left the railroad.
What's a railroad?
Well, Buckshot, first there's a big iron machine on wheels called an engine. Puffs and snorts like a bronc with his wind up. It travels over the country on steel rails for miles and miles.
Over mountains like ours?
Yep, even under some of them, through tunnels.
Gosh, what else does it do?
Well, it hauls freight and people. You can ride it all the way from Arizona back to New York.
Whew. My mother told me about New York. She read it in a book. It's a real big town, ain't it?
Too big, unless you like cities. I forget the last census figure, but must be a couple of million people.
Just imagine, Lucky.
Looks like he's doing enough imagining for all of us.
You been there?
Mm-hmm.
What's it like?
Oh, hustle and bustle, thousands of stores and homes. When I was there, they were putting up buildings 20 stories high.
Now I know you're talking hot air. That ain't possible.
But they're doing it.
I don't care what you say, it can't be done. That's all there is to it.
Why don't you go and see before you make a statement like that?
Listen, mister, if I want to say something, I'll say it.
Then grant me the same privilege.
Who wants to help me with the dishes?
I will.
What do you want?
Ladybug, ladybug, dressed in red, baked a pie and some shortening bread. Ladybug, ladybug's company was Big Bad Bill the Bumblebee. Ladybug, ladybug, looks so sweet, from her head down to her feet. Ladybug, ladybug gave a smile, and Big Bill Bumblebee stayed a while. Buzz, buzz, said the bumblebee, buzz, buzz, buzz along with me.
Ladybug, ladybug, cast a sigh. Big Bad Bill knew the reason why. Ladybug, ladybug, be my pal. I can see you're a lonesome gal. Ladybug, ladybug, fly with me, and you'll be Mrs. Bumblebee. Ladybug, ladybug said okay. They buzzed around on a sunny day. Buzz, buzz, said the bumblebee. Buzz, buzz, buzz along with me. Yeah. Ladybug, ladybug, marry me, said Big Bill, handsome bumblebee. Ladybug, ladybug, please be mine. And her eyes began to shine. Ladybug, ladybug, at the church, dressed in lace, left in a lurch. Ladybug, ladybug, don't you pine, you find another on the tater vine. Buzz,
buzz, buzz, said the bumblebee. Buzz, buzz, buzz along with me.
Shelton. Get your hands together. What are you up to? I'm taking you for the murder of a friend of mine, United States Marshal Dave Upjohn.
Oh, you're loco. I've never even heard of Marshal Upjohn.
You've got his horse and his saddlebags, even his razor kit.
I don't mean I killed him.
Save that for a jury, Shelton. Kicking up again? Almost kicked the barn down. Didn't you hear it?
I quit wasting sleep the second night we got him.
I'll take a little of that after you're through with it. Thanks.
He's one of the meanest critters I've ever seen.
Your friend Lucky seems to handle him all right.
Lucky can handle anything on 4 legs.
Tell me, Harmony, how did he come by this Palomino?
Present.
A present?
Yeah, a present from Buckshot and me. One day we went out of the notch here, and of course we wasn't supposed to, and we'd only been out there about 5 minutes, and we heard some shooting.
What kind of shooting?
I don't know. We didn't wait to see. We hightailed it right on back inside. And in about 5 seconds later, in comes him, just like you did today.
Where was the rider?
What?
The rider, where was he?
No rider, just a horse.
So horses like men come up here and hole up, huh?
Oh, sure. It happens all the time. He is without a doubt the meanest piece of horse flesh
Where was Lucky?
Lucky?
Yeah.
Oh, he was out on a roundup. And can you imagine how surprised he was when he came back and found that we had the horse for a birthday present?
Didn't you ever try and find out who he belonged to?
No. The only thing we ever seen was the initials DU on the saddlebag and that bunch of razors. I guess nobody will ever know where he come from or what DU means.
Sheriff Arnold might.
Who?
Nothing.
Hey, what time is it?
Oh, time for you to go to bed. I'll gentle him down.
Yeah, well, never put off till tomorrow what you can do tonight.
No, you didn't kill Dave Upjohn. I made a mistake, Shelton.
Cuts no ice with me.
Suppose you pull in your horns and listen to what I've got to say.
It better be good.
I've just been talking to Harmony Haynes, and from what he said and what I heard before I came to Chimney Hole, I'm just about certain Sheriff Arnold killed Dave. Probably ganged up on him, same as he did me, only I was luckier.
Why was he gunning for you?
He suspected I came here to investigate the killing, and he guessed right.
Oh, then you're not a man on the dodge.
I am, and I'm not.
Quit talking in riddles. Say what you mean.
All right, here it is. We've got a common enemy. The man who drove your father into exile and shut your people off from civilization is the man who killed my best friend. Let's team up together and wipe them out.
First you want to hang me, and now you want my help.
But I can't buck the sheriff's gang alone, and I know it.
Nothing doing. Sheriff Arnold's your chore. He can't come up here, and I'm not going down there.
But we'd have help. There's Doc Mitchell and Judge Millott and lots of people who are sick of his graft, same as your father was. They'd back us to the limit.
I said nothing doing. Chimney Hole suits me.
But what about your people? They're children. Don't you want them to have a chance in life?
They're satisfied because it's all they know, and it's all they're going to know.
But you're not criminals. Once we get rid of the sheriff, you'll be able to live decent lives again.
I'm through talking.
Wait a minute, Shelton.
You had me roped a minute ago for a killing. You admitted you were wrong and then let me go. So that makes us even. But I'm tired of you riling up my folks with your fancy talk. You've worn out your welcome here at Chimney Hole. You'd better hit leather by sunup. And don't come back.
Oh, Mr. Steve.
You oughtn't to be out here.
Why not? I come to listen and I heard everything.
You did?
Yes, and you're right, Mr. Steve. I've been hoping and praying for us to leave Chimney Hole ever since my mother died. But I never saw no way until you come.
Well, I haven't been able to do much good. Maybe you better forget I was ever here.
Oh, but you can't leave now. You've got to stay and help us.
You heard Lucky. He's your leader.
That mule head'll come to tow. I'll make him.
I don't know, Laurie. He's a pretty stubborn hombre.
Well, I can't talk no more now. But you'll see in the morning. Good night, Mr. Steve.
Good night.
Steve.
Yeah?
Laurie wants to see you.
Where is she?
She's at the well with some of the women folks.
Watch her.
All right. Now, why don't you act like him? I'm gonna quiet you down if it's the last thing I ever do. That's the last thing.
I tell you, this is our chance. Do you want to spend the rest of your lives working and slaving with nothing to do with? Or do you want to live like real American women? Of
Of course we do, Laurie, but our men
Your men folks don't like foreigners. They're satisfied to live and die in Chimney Hole. Satisfied to let their young'uns grow up ignorant and keep their women folks helpless. You've got to speak up. Ms. Bowman, what does the outside world mean to you?
Why, just about what it means to most wives, I guess. A nice house with flowers in the yard. Nice neighbors to visit with me. But wishing don't mean I'll ever get them.
You can, too. Tell them how, Mr. Steve.
This is a free country. We all have the rights to be American citizens. But your men folks, instead of fighting for those rights, chose to run out, away from a crooked peace officer. Moreover, you're still afraid to face him. That's why you're living here in exile and poverty of your own making. Your men won't back me up. Won't fight their way out to decency and freedom.
Thought I told you to hit the trail.
And I told him to stay.
I'm running this camp. It's good enough for me. It's my home.
It ain't no home, it's a jail. And I hate it even worse than my mother did before me.
Laurie.
She wanted schools and doctors and preachers. She wanted to really live. But all she ever got was hard work and kids in an early grave. And I won't be like her. I won't grow old and die before my time. I won't let buckshot grow up like a wild animal. All these women folks feel the same way. And if you won't help us back to civilization, I'll do it.
You're the cause of this.
According to the ladies, you are. I came up here on a manhunt. But I found something even bigger than getting justice for my friend's murder. I found a whole community with an aching need to live like human beings. I tried to show your leader the way to freedom, but it was too blind, too stupid to see it. You're a fool, Shelton. A stubborn, stupid fool. Finish you. You're game, all right. Gamest man I ever met. But if killing me will put some sense in your head...
Lucky! Lucky, don't you see he's trying to help you? Help all of us. You've got to help him, too.
All right. What do you want me to do?
Work with me.
You don't need me.
Yes, I do. I need you to go to Sheriff Arnold and tell him your people are coming back out of Chimney Hole.
So he can get the drop on us.
He won't. Not if we work it right. Believe me, we'll leave nothing to chance.
Please, Lucky.
Re-elect the people's friend.
Same old corn, Frank. But go ahead. Hang it up in front of Sundown Bar.
You know, boss, I don't know why you bother with banners and free drinks and lunch. Well, there ain't nobody running against you.
There's always a few hundred new voters every election. Young boys just turned 21. Got to put on a good show for them.
You don't miss a thing, do you?
Not if I can help it. What's the idea?
Something's up. Lucky Shelton's riding into town.
From Chimney Hole?
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Take a look and see for yourself.
Bold as paint.
He's heading this way. What do you suppose he wants?
Whatever he wants, he's headed for the right place. Check your gun and stand by. You two men cover outside. The rest of you act busy.
Shelton.
King Shelton's boy? Well, what brings you here?
Folks in Chimney Hole asked me to drop in and pay up their back taxes, call off their feud with the law. There's $8,000 in gold.
Amazing.
There's only one condition, Sheriff.
Name it, my boy, name it.
If If we come back into town, we won't be bothered.
That's fair enough. We can always use a few more good taxpayers.
Thanks, Sheriff. Now, if you'll give us a receipt for this money,
here's your receipt.
You can't get away with this.
I need a couple of boys like you on the business end of a rope. Election's tomorrow, and the voters are going to feel mighty kind towards the sheriff that captured the murders of Marshal Dave Upjohn.
We didn't do it, and you know it. You did.
Quite right, my boy. But that's a little secret you're going to keep for me. Lock 'em up.
Hold it! Thanks for the confession, Arnold.
So the chimney hole gang didn't finish you after all, eh, Marshal?
No more than they finished my friend Dave Upjohn. And your admission makes my job much simpler.
What job?
All your men here?
Yeah.
Good, because I want them to hear what I got to say.
The Marshal wants to make a little speech, boys. And seeing as how it's going to be his last, we're giving him an audience.
It's short and it's simple. Arnold, you and your gang are through in Sundown County.
What makes you think so?
How many? Suppose you tell it.
I done all right myself.
You sure did, Harmony. You didn't do bad.
And Uncle Sam's taking over, Arnold.
Yeah, you're under arrest, Mace Arnold, for the murder of Marshal Dave Upjohn.
The court will convene immediately, right here and now.
So I'm very happy to congratulate your new sheriff of Sundown County, Mr. Lucky Shelton. Best of everything, Sheriff.
Thanks, Chief. Look, I found that in the thing.
And my chief deputy sheriff, Harmony Hayden.
Junior. Ow!
Well, I guess I'll be on my way. Adios, folks.
Bye, Steve.
Bye, Steve. Good riding.
You're under arrest.
Who?
You.
Well, what did I do?
I don't know. We'll think of something. Where's the jail? Well, come on. It's a nice place in there.